I haven't even had the time to figure out a set list because it's been a mad rush. I was up until late in the morning making this for a show later this evening. But okay, you know what? In honor of the general phenomenon of lateness, I'm going to play a song about being late. It's called "I May Be Some Time," and that is a quote from Captain Lawrence Oates, who famously said that as he walked out of his tent into a snowstorm in the Antarctic during a doomed polar expedition in 1912. He was injured. He knew that if his companions kept looking after him, then their lives would be endangered, and so he sacrificed himself, and he said, "I'm just going out, and there may be some time." So, all right, here we go. Galileo would approve of mighty modern telescopes, whose indefatigable eyes dramatically increase our hopes of detecting, then deflecting massive asteroids that roam for eons in the void, and then propose to pulverize our home. Some, however, are too dainty to be seen as they draw near, and of those a few don't burn completely in the atmosphere. E pur si muove, I'll exclaim if I see one of them approach me. If it strikes me and I'm late for meeting you, please don't reproach me. Oates knew that when strife beset him, hypothermia would get him. Humankind won't soon forget him, stoic and sublime. Mindful that precise prediction lies outside our jurisdiction, let us quote his valediction, "I may be some time." Hubris can be sanctimoniously strict with scheduling, despite all the parameters they can't predict. The real world thumbs its nose at such unrealistic stringencies and blithely generates concatenations of contingencies. Thus compassionate empiricists should not become irate when someone, despite their efforts, is inevitably late. Imponderables dwarf known quantities by an enormous ratio. Studies show there are indeed more things in heaven and earth. Horatio, loath to rupture your timetable, though conditions are unstable, I'll conform if I am able to this paradigm. Mired amid a million maybes, dirty nappies, crying babies, ravenous raccoons with rabies, I may be some time.
brilliant.
Thank you so much.
You're the best lyrics, Ant.
Thank you very much.
Ever.
Thank you.
So funny.
That cough syrup really tasted awful. Not as bad as the other one that I got in Walgreens. This one's Japanese. It works better. It's called Stoner. I'm going to plug it. It has more guaifenesin and dextromorphophane. Anyway, what am I going to play? You know what? Since I was up until 8 in the morning, I'm going to play the Night Owl song because I am a night owl. But I would have preferred to go to bed at 4 rather than 8. So yay! Here we go. Oh, this incidentally is in a 7-beat rhythm for those who are counting. Yes. And for those who can't. Oh dear. I'm perpetrating nonsense. Here we go. Oh dear. La da 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 la la da 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 da. La la da 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 da. Early humans needed fire to keep the predators at bay. If it fizzled out at night, they might not last another day. Hence our variation in circadian proclivities. That's why some of us avoid matutinal activities. In the dark and quiet hours when menaces abound, we descendants of the night guard keep you safe and sound. We don't rise at bird o'clock, don't grumble, grouse and gripe. We're not lazy, we just have a different chronotype. La la da 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 dum da 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 dum da 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 la da 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 da. La la da 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 dum da 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 la da 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 da. As geneticists explore the roots of this variety, we know better than to charge night owls with impropriety. Variation helps the whole group. We all have something to give. Make the most of this resource and graciously live and let live. In the dark and quiet hours when menaces abound, we descendants of the night guard keep you safe and sound. We don't rise at bird o'clock, don't grumble, grouse and gripe. We're not lazy, we just have a different chronotype. La la da 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 dum da 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 dum da 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 la da 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 da. La la da 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 dum da 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 dum da 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 la da 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 da. 4 in the morning, still awake. Dear oh dear. Right, what shall I do next? How about all right. Well, let's do Starch and Song. It is a comic dystopian tale about a bunch of nerds like me, who break into an abandoned breakfast cereal factory shortly after civilization has collapsed. Starch and Song. And it does contain the very, very important phrase, very edifying phrase, high on starch. Okay? There we go. hosts gain ground and preach primeval rage, and yet a shred of hope exists. We thoughtful souls who strive towards regaining what was lately lost must beat our plowshares into swords. This is the goal, this is the cost. We found a disused factory, still crammed with breakfast cereal, a hoard of satisfactory nutritional material, thus liberated from the chore of daily foraging for food. We emulate the bards of yore and write brave songs to lift our mood. We march along to victory, confusion to the enemy. Along to victory we march, well fortified by song and starch. To victory we march along, our spirits high on starch and song. Those tempted by the siren song of Iron Age morality would not endure its yoke for long if it became reality. Though frail civility erodes, the grim totalitarians possess the nous of nematodes, the prudence of planarians. Our scholarly contingent, skilled in cognitive dexterity, now has a fighting chance to build a substrate for posterity. Precision and acuity compose, discover, and create that self-same ingenuity can also guide the ship of state. We march along to victory, confusion to the enemy. Along to victory we march, well fortified by song and starch. To victory we march along, our spirits high on starch and song. So there you go. Starch and song.
Cereal Factory.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Loved it.
Awesome.
Thank
stuff.
you. Very, very
vocabulary.
kind of you. Sorry?
Love your vocabulary.
Thank you very much. If you go to bardpower.com, there's a link to my YouTube there if you want to see
Bard
more
Power?
songs.
Bard power.
Bard. Yes.
Mhm.
Bard. B-A-R-D.
I'll put it
Like,
in the Facebook
take a card,
chat.
any card except the B. What?
I'll put it in the Facebook chat.
Oh, excellent. Thank you very much.
Bardpower.com.
Bard Power. Yes.
Okay.
You're a great bard.
Thank you very much. That's most kind of you. Thank you.